Welcome to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Morocco. The ACIO has a long history of helping humanity from the deep recesses of time. This is the first time the ACIO has become available to the public, aside from an earlier visitation by their 15th Division, the Wingmakers. Peter the Insider, originally from Slovakia, is the director of their 12th Division, and Jessica Arael Morocco is in Cicada 3301, their 6th Division. Together, they provide intel, insights on current events, a deeper perspective on aliens and UFOs, super soldier missions with Unit 374 and the Merge, and news relevant for disclosure. Don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our latest intel and post any questions and comments below.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Disclosures. We have more information from Peter the Insider. Apparently, he has gone off and had done a very, very important mission for all of us, and I'm waiting to hear a little bit more about it. So without further delay, welcome, Peter. And also we'll be joined by some other guests as well, maybe John and maybe some others. Go ahead, Peter.
So I want to say hello to you, Jessica, to all of our fellow guests, and to all of our regular, maybe not so regular listeners. Oh my God, what is going on here? It is pretty much, or all of those things what we will talk about today, respectively in this show, they are, let's say, consequences of 88, hello Anthony, of 88 mission and back. And nowadays situation is US wants to launch multiple missiles, ICBMs, you know, from Wisconsin and Nebraska and so on, Iowa, to all over the place. What does it mean? Yeah, to Russia, to China, to India, and all kind of that stuff. Of course, it will be with answer. So it pretty much looks like, yeah, doomsday is coming. It will be in, or it should be in December 1st. And that's the stuff. We will try to do our best in order to prevent that. It almost happened few weeks ago, and we prevent that via, let's say, layers of, let's call it shift. If you see or saw the movie Shift, it was absolutely crazy, you know, movie Shift. And it was pretty much something like that, and I don't want to say like that, but very similar to that. And I was like, okay, how in the world should we stop this? Because we make those things, let's say, successfully, but we never dealt with something like that what was so big and so fast as ICBMs. So we needed to use 120 layers in total, and they simply pretty much shifted to another reality, timeline, context of existence, call it as you like. Long story short, they were not threat for us anymore. Problem is very prominent. I don't want to say the names.
We could say the names. Yeah, we can say the names.
Do you want to say a name?
You're referring to Hunter Biden?
Yeah, you say. Yeah, you say. They want to make this launch because it is like, what will happen if this crucial mistake will repeat? What does it mean, quote unquote, crucial mistake? In the first place, the maintenance of NORAD happened. It was in the beginning of this year, right? It was absolutely perfect, and it has zero sense to make the same stuff right here, right now, because it took, or it should take, from 3 to 4 months. Okay, in order, in normal way, proper way. This took 3 weeks, not 3 or 4 months, not 3 or 4 months, 3 weeks. All of basic countermeasures, safety countermeasures, nope, everything was skipped, and NORAD was out of quote unquote juice, aka electricity and all kind of that stuff, for 50 hours. It happened pretty much the time, or let's say in the days, what it was like 2-3 weeks ago. Am I right, Jessica? Something like that. I am not.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
everything went down. Everything went down, and they were rebooting, or you know.
But Jessica, that was the first stuff. Amateurism. It was absolutely crazy. What
But
should do?
it was
But give me
the
a
same.
second. What should be done in from 3 to 4 months, in 3 weeks in the first place, and in the second place, it should be done in between like 3-4 years. Okay, sometimes when there are not big changes in technology, maybe 5 years. Why in the world this happened in the very first, very beginning of this year? Okay, it was like second half of January this year. It absolutely doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's nonsense, right? So it was a setup, period. I don't believe that. It should not happen. And then it is another setup. It is a setup. I mean, double setup, because this happened. Then ICBMs all over the place, and pretty much NORAD NORAD detect them. Just by the way, it was like that was the problem. What it was, 2, because it was 2 sets, 1 dozen. That means 24 in total. And NORAD, of course, detect them as total war, so hundreds of them, and all of ICBM silos started to work, started to like in immediate. And I'm like, whoa, what in the world is going on here? So this was the first first stage, if you want to call it that way, right? And second problem is right here, right now. Right here, right now. It looks like, how can I say that? Parallel, okay? If you are not absolutely out of picture of IT, do you know what I mean? You should not, quote unquote, hard reset computer, I mean standard desktop computer or laptop, like just touching physically the button, okay, once it is not necessary. And something like that, I am not saying that it happened, but the whole system start to behave like that. It doesn't make any sense. It is absolutely crazy. Like, holy crap, what is going on?
Well, Peter, just to tie in everything, because you started off discussing a bit about Hunter Biden, and the first attack was happening when Joe Biden went to California to meet
But
with.
It was there. It was.
Yeah, the Chinese discussion.
Give me a second.
There.
It was October or I don't know.
No, just recently, this last one. It just happened. It was the same day that the first hit, the first strike occurred, was when they all went to have a meeting about, we don't know what, but maybe it was unusual because typically the president would meet with another leadership in the White House, or around that region. And instead they're meeting in California, where he doesn't, technically presidents don't meet in California as a base.
Yeah.
So it's never happened that from the history of my knowledge.
Yeah, so, you are right. It was so weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird. For me, it was very weird. I don't know. I mean, it looks like everything is set up and very well done, very well thought through setup. What do you think, huh?
Well, I do have a memory, and I want everyone else to be able to share it to you, but I just want to add a few things that I do remember. Is I had a vision of an explosion that happened over New York City, but it wasn't like a nuclear explosion. It did seem like more like an ICBM. Like I could see atmospherically there was ripples, some kind of ripples, and that happened. And then I watched it happen in like other parallels, almost like it was coming up in sequence from one parallel to the next.
But give me a second, Jessica. I never said that they've got nuke warheads, because, and that's the main part of the problem. Only few of them had or can have nuclear warheads, right? Because we are talking about chemical, biological, and biochemical warheads, and that's the problem. Because, I mean, it will sound cynical, okay, but at least you know what is killing you. I mean, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, or pretty much like Chernobyl, or what it was, Fukushima, But this crap, and they are next generation chemical, biological, and biochemical warheads. I mean, or let's say warfare. You don't know what is killing you, and it is far worse than radiation sickness. Believe me, it is far worse. So that's the problem. And just by the way, I mean, it is closely tied to what you are saying, because they opened the portal all over the place in New York. It is huge, and it is still open. It is still open. I don't understand that. So many people are moving out of New York City because the energy is weird there. I don't understand that. I mean,
they're also threatening to quarantine everybody or anybody. We had an article that came out yesterday. So they want, if they decide that they want to quarantine a person in New York City, they can without cause, and they can do it. The word was indefinitely. Like, that's it. You're in prison. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah, you are right. You are right.
So whatever came through there was really bad. And you mentioned here again, we mentioned the Bidens.
I,
Um,
I don't know if this is good stuff to mention because it's a way too
yeah,
heat
but
topic,
you
but
know
I
what?
mean,
At this point, like, what the hell, you know? I mean, we have to get the information out. And so I had a clear interaction with Eli Resoff, and he threatened me across from like a conference type of table, big table. And then
yeah,
I
I
heard
will
the
tell you
name.
what is his deal. His deal is that he is not working, I mean, let's say protecting his country. It is pretty much like there will be somebody who is not working, for example, as those two guys. They are not, I mean, Barkov and Makarov, they are not working for Russia, or there are not people
Yeah.
working for example, for US, or and so
Or
forth.
Lynch is not working for
Oh,
US.
oh my,
Right.
oh my God, Lynch is, no, don't tell me Lynch is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Do you know what? Lynch is literally out of his mind, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Martin Vance,
They
I
all
mean
are.
Vincent Berg, oh my God. Do you know what? I think he's kind of Makarov-ish level. He is absolutely crazy. Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
stuff.
I think they're all crazy. I think that they don't even realize what they're doing. They're just, it's insanity. But
Jessica,
the
I
short
will
thing
tell
that I
you
want
what's their deal. Their deal, it's not about money. Because they can earn whatever they want. No, no, no.
yeah, oh, they could
This is
take whatever they
about,
want from any timeline. Yeah.
yeah, I will tell you what it is. Power. But look, if they will depopulate the world, it
There's no one to
doesn't.
worship them. Yeah, I know.
Ah, exactly. There will be no people to worship them. Exactly. You nailed it. You nailed it, Jessica. Yeah. You nailed it. But that's the stuff. They reset pretty much NORAD like 2 times hard way uh in like 6 weeks or something like that. And I'm like, yeah. And that's the problem. Are those people that kind of blindfolded or what so forth, or they mixed the timelines? From my point of view, they are mixed the timelines. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that it does look like there's a crossover of the
Uh-huh.
timeline. So
Yeah.
we're experiencing what someone else is experiencing, and it's been going on like this for probably about 10 years or so, or
And
maybe
I will
less.
tell
I
you
don't know.
something. We've got two gentlemen. They are not Caucasian, and I need to tell you something, okay? I hate Lynch because he's a racist, okay? I will tell you something, okay? I hate that because those gentlemen, two gentlemen, are very kind people, and I hate those guys, okay? I mean, what's
Yeah.
their deal here? I mean, what's the problem? We are not in 50s. We are not in 50s. You know what
Yep.
I'm.
Yeah, it's just ignorance, honestly.
You know,
But
I mean, he's saying, I mean, that kind of stuff. Lynch is saying that kind of stuff. I even cannot repeat because it will be instant ban on the video. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I don't know. I hate that stuff. I'm against racism. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, all cultures, deserve to be treated the right way. And and even this hatred in the Middle East too, it's wrong. People are
uh,
missing what's really happening here. They're being set up, so they're not noticing what's happening.
just by the way, Anthony, because you are in the Marine, or you was, right? In the Marine. And I need to ask you, how in the world you moved from marine to, you know, you safe, like, you know, like you flow certain. It wasn't TR3, it was TR4 or something like that. It was very weird airplane. Because you was in the Air Force, and because I piloted that, and this this ICBM, and there was this guy, this scientist. He was Asian, and he was so shaken because he was like, no, 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 this shouldn't happen. This should happen. And I was like, because he get like knowledge from old science, like if something like that, I mean, flying that fast, okay, my bad, that it will, the airplane, it should pretty much just not work. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And we were, you was captain and I was co-pilot, and there was this first guy who was navigator, and I was like, there will nothing will happen, nothing will happen. And then you saw we pretty much lined with this ICBM and tried to guess what happened. We knew, we got the knowledge that this ICBM was not from our reality, even in the previous case. Can you remember that or not?
I don't remember that off the top of my head, but I understand how the ICBMs can be launched from different realities and then brought into ours. That makes sense to me, but I don't remember that part that you're talking.
Yeah, because I will tell you, because they are mind wiping you specifically constantly, because you are high valuable asset to them. And I don't understand why they are keep doing this to you. I mean, I'm kind of upset, because it can very make deep damage to your brain. And they are still doing this to you, okay? And I am upset. And I mean, literally, I am upset, hey? Because you are friends of mine, huh?
Yeah, me too. I'm upset too. You know, I'm not happy about, you know, all the mind wipes I've been through and stuff, and what's going on right now. I just want it to stop.
Yeah. I mean, give me a second. Oh, and I want to say something. Can you remember being in trip chair inside the plane? Because that was the problem. Because there were those two huge guys. They looked like in Antique Legion. Do you know what I mean? Like in Antique Rome, they were huge. I don't know, like 10 feet tall or something like that. I can't do anything. They were huge. And then they moved you in this, it looks like egg, you know, and they got you in trip chair. And I was like, holy crap, I am now in the captain, you know, and where the heck will be co-pilot? And co-pilot was Tyson, you know. And I was like, where the heck Tyson came from in this? It doesn't make any sense. The mission was so chaotic. It's so weird. It looks like multiple realities, as you said, Jessica, crossed over. but the energy was so weird. It looks like the buzzing noise. Do you know what I mean? If you have static electricity, and it was so, oh my god, it was so weird. And I think I just hover. Do you know what I mean? I just hover, and do you know what I'm trying to say? It was so weird. Oh my god. And it wasn't we were hover because we just stopped the engines, and for a few seconds you can hover and all kind of that stuff. No, it wasn't because of that. It was because of some sort of reactor or something inside the plane. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't understand the whole stuff. And now, I don't know. I think we should make a warning show for people, because Mobius is doing crazy stuff, and with Monarch, and they want to make also called bubble, aka pocket reality.
Yeah.
Create new matrix, and I'm like, oh my god.
Another one on top of the one that they already did?
Do you know what, Jessica? Yeah, also called babushka matrix. Oh my god. No, I don't like babushka matrix. No, please don't say me. And then, because I saw that, okay? I saw that. And it was like, okay, this, and I was like, okay. Everything was written in ancient Sumerian, and I was like, crap, super soldier language, ancient Sumerian. No. So do you know what I'm trying to say? Where it came from? Do you know what I mean? Oh my god.
So Peter, what happened then with Anthony? So give
me a second. I saw him being those huge guys. They were huge. And give me a second. At least 10 feet, aka 3 meters tall. At least they were huge, But give me a second. They looked like, birds and all kind of that stuff. Like,
oh yeah, yep.
But give me a second. The style of the hair and all kind of that stuff, like approximately ancient Greece, ancient Rome, but ultra modern, like cyberpunk style, what so forth, clothing and so forth, gear and all kind of that stuff. And then they put it Anthony to a trip chair, and those bastards, and I will not watch my language, they made a lobotomy shit. Oh my god, I don't like that. No. And then I started hovering. Everything was like buzzing, and I started hovering, and I was like, holy crap, there is no do you know what I'm trying to say? There is no pilot. What the heck should I do? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And because it is like, once you the horrible things are happening to somebody who really who you really likes. You can't comprehend. And I was like, holy crap, the plane is without pilot. And is there any autopilot? And I was like, yeah, it is. But I ran as fast as I can, and I was like, oh my god. And all the clocks and all the systems and beep, 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 beep. Do you know what I mean? The red. And we almost crashed to second one to another missiles. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Peter, tell me about these, because I've been seeing these bird beings for about months now. They're really big.
Bird beings. What do you mean by bird beings?
They look like birds. They're humanoid looking birds. They're weird. And they're from Malbec.
How did they look like? How did they look like?
Human and birds with the, the feather, the hair and the, I don't know, the face sometimes looks
Give
like
me
a
a
bird.
second. Yeah. But how
Tall.
how? What do you mean by tall? Can you be more specific?
It could be, above 8 feet. I mean, pretty big. Some of them make themselves smaller, but I know that they're bigger.
Give me
They're
a second.
pretty big.
Aren't they hostile? I mean, very aggressive.
Yeah, they're manipulative, very
Or let's
manipulative.
say,
And
manipulative. Yep. So I know
Yeah.
who we are talking about.
I've been seeing them. I saw them right in my back porch. I saw, like, I had a friend here, and there was one out there, and I'm like, what's that bird thing doing out in my backyard?
I will
And
tell you, they are upset at you because you tuned into their frequency, and pretty much you even don't know or don't want, pretty much. It is not important in this part, of the whole mission. You are spying on them, and they hate that. So be
they can't. Yeah.
let's say, be very careful because they can hurt you, and I mean it for real, okay?
I know they can. I know they're big. They're big, and they're fast, and they can be like an eagle or something. They're mean.
Yeah.
But not only that, Peter, it came up in a regression with someone, and she said that she was on Maldek, and that she didn't even know what Maldek was. And then she said that she was there, and these bird beings were there, and they were enslaving everyone. They're slave masters.
Yeah. Okay, so Anthony, can you remember anything after the what it was? The mind wipe?
No, I can't.
Shoot. I assumed. Crap, this is bad.
Can I ask you a question though, Peter?
Go ahead.
All right. So I had a question. Does the ACIO database say anything about a counter Earth to this one called Anticheton that is counter orbit to our Earth and actually orbits counterly? So we never see it because it's always around the sun, but it's actually a counter Earth.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
Give me a second. You are right. It's pretty much our Earth, but in another reality, and it is pretty much like, how can I say it? Like you are having a mirror, but it is on opposite side of the mirror, so you cannot see it. Bam! You get it. You nailed it, man. You nailed it, sir. You nailed it.
Yep,
I discovered its existence through, all the mystery schools and secret societies and the Pythagorean Illuminati. Basically, their final degree in their 10-degree system is called Anticheton, which is counter Earth. Yep. Which obviously, after you get through all of the teachings, you learn about it. Like,
I know that. Just by the way, hi Tyson again, and that you was the navigator in this crazy flight with TR4. Just by the way, it was very first flight. I mean, real flight of TR4, and oh my God, after what happened to Anthony, you was co-pilot and I was captain, and I was like, holy crap, I never piloted this machine. Oh my God. So what do you want to ask? Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, hi Peter, and hi to the team. Peter, DR4, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Did there manifested here? Oh, so let me rephrase my question, Peter. So, TR4. since I heard your show with Jessica and John with what happened here at the NORAD. So Peter, parallelly, I just want to ask, because I learned that Cougar has a major base underneath the surface of Colorado.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
All right. So, though Jessica knows it, I've seen several aircraft since I'm here, right? Like a lot. Those aircraft are TR4, because I was unaware about TR4 until today.
TR4 is pretty much okay. I will tell you, it's pretty much a triangle. Yeah. So pretty much, what the heck? It's TR3. Nah, it's TR3. Let's say it is not just kind of TR3 because it is not triangle, but it looks very similar to boomerang. Okay, so it is not a triangle, but pretty much once we are talking about being in the very top side, it is much more thicker than in the wings. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it is something like that. It is much modern and all kind of that stuff, and those bastards, and so once again I will not watch my language, they made another mind wipe to Anthony, and I'm upset at them. And you was navigator, and then you was you got to copilot, and navigator was Mike. My God. And we almost once, because TR4 it flies much faster than TR3, just by the way, and we almost crashed to another ICBM. It was so crazy. Everything it happened super fast. Oh my God. I don't know what the heck should I think about it. It is so crazy.
So, two question out of it, Peter. So TR4 has this technology that if we are a asset or agent for Cougar, right? They will manifest themselves as if they were orbs, right? Like a silver whitish light that looks like a orb, but it's not a orb.
Orb, you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean by orb? Oh my God.
Okay. So
You mean like a round circular object that's,
yeah.
is it white looking? Yeah, like a vehicle that is round circular.
No, Jessica. Do you know what I mean? Boomerang, okay.
Boomerang. Yeah,
And that's it.
Yeah.
That in the top part, it's much thicker, as in the wings. In the wings are pretty much normal, and the wings are pretty much last third of the let's say the whole length. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It is something like that.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. No. Okay. So I will re-ask my question. It's like the 303s, right? There's times I've seen the shape, but there's times my perception was, let's say, trick, because they would manage to serve themselves as if they were like a ball of light. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no! I know. Yeah. Got it. I got it. Yeah,
So
I know.
next question is, NORAD is here, Colorado, right? But Peter, Kruger being here, because I've seen a lot of ICBM in October, like a lot, until I listen to the shows and what is going on. So, crew, what I've seen, the message was Kruger was performing task so that things wouldn't be a mess, let's say around this area, the Midwest, or that portion, probably the whole Central, I don't know.
Yeah, but look, it doesn't make any sense because the last maintenance was or let's say happened as it was scheduled. It was fine. Why in the world? Fine. And it was in the beginning of the year, and it is like from 3 to 4 months period. Fine. And they started the maintenance in October or something like that. And I was like, what in the world is going on here? And from what it should be done from 3 to 4 months, they made 3 weeks. It absolutely doesn't make any sense. What in the world was going on? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow. And it's related, but when I listened to the show, I was like, oh shit, that's some next level shit. When I heard about what you were seeing in the video footage, and all those guys from Shadow Group that were interconnected.
Yeah, because give me a second. That's the problem. It happened. I mean, the whole stuff happened. Okay, my bad. The whole stuff happened. November 16th and all kind of that stuff. But the stuff is only all kind of that stuff. It was like 3 weeks, and I was like, okay, this here and all kind of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Fine. But I was like, 3 weeks. And why in the world the Biden was with Xi Jinping, it was like 13 or 14, something like that. Am I right, Jessica?
Yeah, that's right.
14th November, something like that.
They had their meeting, yeah, with Governor Newsom out in California, and probably a bunch of others.
Yeah, but give me a second. And this is the stuff. How in the world somebody can get out of the capital city and make this? It doesn't make sense. Do you know?
No, it's convenient. But you said starting off that Hunter is involved. I mean, there's a lot of scrutiny around the Biden family, and every time people start getting close to things, other things start happening. And so I know people want to get full disclosure on the background and their involvement with Ukraine and so forth. But every time they do that, they still have such a stronghold that when you start getting close to it, then we have this crisis. And so I'm thinking that
give me a second. What do you mean this crisis?
There's always some kind of crisis, whether it's a pandemic or a shooting or something happens as a distraction. It's, we talk about Illuminati, Anthony's always, brings it up quite a bit, and for a good reason.
Give me a second, but Anthony is getting it for very good reason, Jesus Christ.
Yes, he is. He is. And because
oh my God,
that's what we're dealing with. I mean, these are puppets of the system, and whether they you could see that, clearly who's being selected to be in the leadership role, you know, and then
but give me a second. I know it is impolite to tell you sorry, interfere you, but I will tell you something, okay? Even they, so that means those politicians and all kind of that stuff, they don't know.
No,
they don't want to know that they are puppets of the system. Am I right? Huh?
They have no idea, and they just are being told what to do because they figure that that's the when you're in that role of leadership, every single second of the day is being guided by you, being watched, and you're being guided to do all these different tasks, and who you meet with, what kind of discussion, right. And somebody else writes the speeches. I mean, they really don't have, I mean, particularly this one, you know, it's clear that, you know, even with the speeches, there's still problems, but there's a lot of blatant behavior because it's almost like they say, you know, when you have everything under control and you know that you can push the envelope, you can make it really, really difficult. Hunter knows that he is so protected that he will blatantly post stuff on the internet of his explicit lifestyle, of whatever he's doing, and he just, you know, puts everything out there. He's not hiding it because he is confident no one dare do anything to him, and as a retaliation.
Give me a second, then that's my question. Why?
Because he knows he has, it's almost like he's got the suitcase, he's got the red button. He knows that he's got something. Like, you know, it's almost like, think of a card game, right? So he's got the right cards. He knows that he's.
Well, give me a second. You mean always? Give me a second. You mean always right cards, right?
He can do anything. He can. I'm not gonna, you know, like get myself in trouble here, but literally every single crime possible he could get away with at this point. Just that's the leverage that he has right now, and that's what we're looking at, because he's not hiding his explicit lifestyle and even things that are completely a violation against the law, against children, against everything, you know. And no one dares say anything, or they do, but nobody can do anything about it. And so as they start to unfold and look into his computer and look into all this information, there's this, you know, threat that humanity has to worry about, because he was given the power to leverage weaponry or what have you at will, or whatever power that he has. You know, only you know more than I do, Peter, but it's pretty obvious now.
And that's the problem. I don't know if it is good idea to.
This is where the problem's coming from. Is well, the shadow group also.
No! Don't tell me about shadow group. Oh my God, they are crazy. They are so crazy. Oh my God.
So we had Corporal X was just here too. I don't know. Is he going to say something?
Give me a second. Who?
Did you just leave Corporal X?
No. Yeah, I say hi, guys.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah. Hello.
So, yeah. I mean, we have just to let everyone know, we have Navy John here, Corporal X. We have Tyson, aka Taino, Anthony Zender, and Peter and myself. So for those of you that are listening, and we're going to have people popping in and out because of work schedules and so forth, but thank you everyone for being here. Remember to raise the hand, anyone wants to speak or say anything. So I know that Peter, you were talking to Taino and Anthony, if there's whatever you want to say next.
Yeah, and that and I will tell you something, that you was there, Corporal, in this ship, and it was so weird because that doesn't make any sense. how in the world airplane can start from the ship? Many people will say, yes, jet fighter can start from the ship. No, huge bomber cannot start from the ship. Okay? And you was there. You was there. How in the world?
You said
how in the
Tyson was
world
there too.
how in the world B-55 can start from the ship? It cannot, okay? So you need to say me. This mission was absolutely chaotic, making full of impossibles. It doesn't make sense because this ship was so huge that B-55 can start from there. What do you know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't make sense. Do you have any logical explanation to that? Because I don't. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right. So, you know, I have a theory, you know, that I'm gathering, but you know, obviously with what's going on in New York, and them gonna be able to, they're gonna be able to round people up. You know, I think this is like a nexus point in our timeline, to where it's gonna awaken us, like in the U.S., and there's gonna be obviously things going on. But my question was you know, the counter Earth, Antichton, is that reality the reality that is bleeding into our reality?
And this is what I said. You are right.
I think there's others too, but
not others. Multiple, okay? Multiple. Holy crap. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. I don't understand the whole stuff. Oh my god. Everything everything doesn't make sense. We've got huge ship, we've got TR3 where B-52 can start from. We've got the TR-34. We've got 24 ICBMs. I mean, okay, can anyone say or have pretty much logical explanation to anything of that? Because this doesn't make sense. Anything of this doesn't make sense, okay?
I know people have been coming in and out. So just to let you know that Peter said that there was a ship. Anthony was on the ship, and then he got my-lapped by someone.
No, please, not on the ship, Jessica, not on the ship. I'm talking about being on the airplane, okay?
On the airplane, okay. And then Tyson was there, you said. Now you're saying Corporal X was there. Was John there?
Yes, he was. Corporal X was in this huge ship. But my question is, how in the world this ship will be huge? Do you know what I mean? How huge? Oh my god! It is like they are like those huge container ship. Do you know what I mean? It's. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Were there children there?
Just give me a second. How in the world do you know that? Multiple children, but they were very smart. How, Jessica, please? How you know?
They get rescued? They all rescued, Peter?
Yeah, but give me a second, Jessica. How you know?
I just saw them.
Oh my god.
So the whole team was involved.
Yeah.
In helping.
I'm just Jesus. Oh my God.
At least that's good.
I'm just saying. Jesus Christ.
I can see Corporal Axie's holding one of them.
Yep.
Yep.
This is so crazy, geez. I don't understand. I don't understand the whole stuff. It is so bizarre. Isn't it? The whole mission is bizarre. And there was those children. I mean, I don't want to say call them children or early puberty or something like that, and they have those balls. They are approximately like one not one smaller than 1 inch, like 3/4 inch big balls. And once they start glowing and vibrating, and the sound was absolutely crazy, like something like that, it will, you will almost got out of your head. It was, you can't stand it. And they start to vomit, those children, but then pretty much they literally saved the day. They created these 120 layers. And then, as you said, there was this, they call him Butcher. There were those give me a second. There were this unit. I don't know. They were like 50, 60 soldiers, and he was Butcher. Yeah, and he's like, he got electrodes and all kind of that stuff. It was so crazy, and those children start to cry and all kind of that stuff. And there was this bulletproof, how can I call it, glass. I'm calling it glass because it was see-throughable. And this Butcher, I never saw such a cold and sadistic sight in somebody's eyes. And I was like, holy crap, if they will get to those children, it will be their end. And then it was you was there, Corporal X, pretty much you was there, Tyson, and you was there, Anthony. And because it was this small part, and I was at the vantage point with you, John, right? And those children were so happy because you get these gloves. Both, all three of you guys, you have these gloves. I am calling them magic gloves, okay? And this whole bunch of soldiers, you just make the move, and they were out of I don't know, they went out unconscious or something like that. And they were so happy, it was so emotional. Oh my God. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if somebody wants war, okay, go for a war, but don't do anything stupid to women, okay, and to children. I mean, like, to children. Do you know what? F you, idiots. I will tell you, F you, idiots. I hate that. Oh my God. Sorry that, guys. I mean,
I agree.
Sorry for that, guys. It was so emotional for me.
I feel the same, Peter. And every single time we we talk together about those kind of missions. I mean, there's no other human reaction than to be emotional about it, because these people are so insane and crazy, and they have no regards for anything. I mean, and this is why I believe that things are getting so crazy, because we sort of need that fog of war and make them completely uncomfortable. So this is why we have the upper hand on them.
Yeah, you are right. This was so crazy. And this, they are calling them, no to the butcher. And he was so, oh my God. And he got, those huge electrodes and all kind of that stuff to heads and all kind of that. Holy crap. Holy crap. And do you know what was crazy? The most crazy situation in this, I don't know how to call it, that he vanished. He vanished. This guy vanished. I was like, shoot. Do you know what? I mean, if somebody,
That's what it is. Yep.
if somebody deserve to die, I don't like that, okay? I dare only very few times to say, this guy deserve to die, okay? I will tell it. Because he made crazy stuff to those little children. Shoot. Sorry guys, you want to speak. Sorry. I'm emotional about this. Sorry, that went emotional for me.
John, did you want to say something?
Oh no, I'm just kind of listening. I was just curious if I was in there. If I was on the mission or whatever. But
yeah, you was the TR4 pilot. Once we got the children, you was the captain. Just by the way, you was the captain. John, you was the captain. And just by the way, you saved the last vantage point, because holy crap, we need to make a pathway for the children, and they were all over the place, not dozens, hundreds of them, and they were cross shooting. It was, oh my God, it was hell on earth. Oh my God. I hate that. Yeah, you want to say something, Tyson, I think.
Yes, Peter. Me being in and out, I missed some of the things. So Anthony, yourself, Corporal X, myself, on that plane, that was last week, right? So, Peter, I don't want to say we crashed, but we had some major turbulence, or probably when we land like in a messy way, right?
Actually, yeah, you are very right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will tell you why. Because we've got EMP scalar hit. Yep.
Got you. You'll probably share, guys, but I know I was it, because I felt I felt the effects on my knee. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if any guys had any pain or on their joints or whatsoever. But yeah, that's
Give
what
me a
I.
sec. Give me a second. Give me a second. Are you serious? It was so crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world you are talking about pain in the joints? Oh my God, I've got a lot. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I'll let the team talk. But FYI, Jessica, you mentioned Biden, Hunter. I just had this download that Hunter gets, or isn't it that, what we call it, comfortable seat, because Peter, you could confirm, but he sacrificed his pop, right? His father. So the original Biden that was here like 3 years ago got replaced.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's how now.
Okay.
I don't know with whom he made that deal, but that's how being sacrificed his father now, and whatever entity we've seen now, but that's how he got it. I was suspecting the 12D, Peter, but I don't think so now, because
No, give me a second. You are very right. 12D, or let's say 12th array density. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and he wears masks. You see the masks all the time, and there might be more than one.
Does the entity, the 12D, is like Meghan Markle, only not good looking? That's all.
Do you know what? So I don't want to say that, but if you want, no, Jessica, why you are laughing? That's true.
Well, I know that you said that she was an inverted tall white. That's what you told me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Inverted.
which are a mixed species hybrid. Fourth Reich Nazis.
Do you know
Yes.
what I mean? The missions where children are involved or teenagers, they never deserve to suffer. Do you know what? No, I mean, I'm calm, but this turns me. This is like triggers. Oh my God, no! And then get the heck out of my way because I will make mess out of you. Oh my God.
I keep on seeing Corporal X. He's like handing out candy to the kids. They're in a circle around him. Yeah.
But my question is, Jessica, how in the world this crazy guy, this butcher, just can vanish? Because all the portals to another dimensions, they were, or at least they should be, closed. How in the world? Jessica, you are expert in this field.
He's showed up before. He's one of those interdimensional beings. He's showed up before, like we talked about the John Carter scenario, those turns. I think.
Okay.
They show up, and their whole purpose is chaos, to create wars, and confusion and chaos, and yeah, they can be very, very cruel and brutal. Obviously, something's bled through into our reality, because I don't recall any time in history that children have been so mistreated as in what is happening right now. It's like the most vulgar, horrendous crime that I've ever seen, and the grooming of children into sexuality at an extraordinarily young age, which they should be worried about playing out in the yard and learning how to run and climbing trees and playing,
you are right. Play in the snow, in the sand and snow. Once it is winter, you are right. Yeah, Jessica.
And learning basic skills like math and science, not what color lipstick they should be wearing at the age of 3. I mean, that's disgusting, and I can't believe. And then the manipulation of sexuality and the genders and all.
Give me a second, Jessica. Yes, it is true that those things should come, but in certain appropriate age. Am I right?
Yeah, when they start to go after puberty. Anything before puberty is BS. Anything before that, and whatever a person does later, that's their free will or their choice. But you never manipulate children ever. It's a crime. It's a galactic crime. So you'll pay for it one way or another. If they can get angry at us, they can block us, they can tell us we can't speak out about this. That's fine. They can shut off all of our communications. Still, it's not going to negate the fact that they are being observed and they will be held accountable for everything that they're doing to these children, because they're part of the divine. They've violated and violated and violated over and over again. And
Yeah.
and I feel it's the right thing to do to speak out.
Yeah, but Corporal X and Anthony want to speak, to say something. Yeah, so just go ahead, guys.
All right. Okay, I'll go first. Peter, I want to know about the Brown Book. Tell me about the Brown Book, and can you elaborate on that?
Brown Book, it's pretty much something like your profile, okay? In fifth array density, aka 5D, and another context of existence where NAZI acts is 1 Second World War, and it is pretty much, how can I say it? It is like, and all of the people all around the world will be, oh my God, that's so bad. I will tell you what it is. They've got something, and this is it, something very similar to social credit system in China, but I will tell you what's the difference. Everything there, or let's say everything there is working, and it is fine. Don't ask me how it is possible that here, if they try to make copy, solid copy, and so forth, in any country in the world, it doesn't work. Don't ask me why. I don't understand why it is like that. It never worked. It never worked. And the social credit system is, for example, there, like, I don't know, if you are going to store and if you are buying healthy food, it is going your points, if you want to call it that way, or credit and so forth, higher, because it makes some sort of assumption, this person will is leading a healthy lifestyle, so we will have less costs for, do you know what I mean, like healthcare, for example, or they are monitoring people and it's like, okay, those these people are running and go to the gym and all kind of that stuff, so they are getting, okay, they are taking care of themselves. Do you know what I mean? Trying something like that. Don't ask me why it is not like that here. I don't understand that. So that's kind of good to stop, because, for example, you've got things to eat. Yeah, you can eat. You can eat, but you can eat fast food, for example, or also called junk food. So food, it is pretty tasty, but with very, or let's say made from very poor quality ingredients or unhealthy ingredients. So your points will get lower, credit will get lower. Do you know what I mean? That's the main point of their thinking. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This
in the future, is that system going to replace ours? The social credit system going to replace capitalism and all?
Yes, and it will be called Brown Book. Yeah. But it will be pretty much in anything, not only like that. It will be, how can I say that? Like, the schooling, the education, what it is, the education, the healthcare, the retirement, everything is completely free. Not like in US, for example, right? Not like that. The country, the states, the government will build or is building the flats and houses for free and all kind of that stuff, you know. I like it there.
It's this the type of Anthony. Hold on a sec. I think it's related to Albilik
Yep,
and
you are
what
right.
he was saying. That's the reality. Do you remember, Anthony? How he saw everything was very yeah, I didn't know whether you listened.
Remember, that's why I'm asking the question, is because I know about this reality because I've been there. You know, I've seen it, and that's the thing that I just wanted to say. It's because this system, the way that the Nazis have it over there, works. The system works, and it like when people hear about how they have it, they don't understand that social credit system, that social capitalism is what needs to come to replace our government and everything. So
Yeah,
Not like
you
the
are.
one that's in China. Not like the one that's in China. It's a
Not
different
like
one.
in the China, because this is it. It
Yeah.
looks like, from my point of view, everything what can be done and can be done in good way, somehow people can screw. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense for me. Do you know what I mean? It looks so bad. And just by the way, there is one thing, and the thing is, like, you have pretty much everything, as I said, pretty much everything for free, and there is in German Kurzarbeit, that means short work. So instead of normal 8 hours, but officially you should be at work for 8 hours, but many people are working like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 hours, you know, but they are paid for 8 hours, you know. But people, they are working on shifts. So regular workers, they are, instead of 8, they are working, I don't know, 6 hours, 8 hours at the most. And people, they are working for shifts. They are working like instead of 6 or 4 hours, instead of 8, 6 hours, and instead of 12 and 10 hours or something like that, or 9 hours, something like that. Because effectivity, it's much better. Do you know what I mean? It is like, for example, the factories or all kind of huge corporations, they are giving you for free few destinations to choose to go for holiday, and it is free. It is free. Do you know what I mean? It is so good.
Yeah, they I know that they have it set up in a certain way, and I remember hearing almost like someone speaking through a loudspeaker when I looked into that reality, you know, before I heard Al Bielik's story. He said that if you don't have a purpose, you will not survive here. And like everyone had to do something. And I believe when I was listening to Al Bielik talk about his experience, he said that even though he was a traveler, he had to take a job while he was there.
Yeah, give me a second, but it was so good, because that's the stuff. People are working, but not hard working, and
No.
they are getting very good money, very good, how can I say it, good wage, let's say. How can I call it?
The cost of living is good enough that they have
Oh,
everything.
yeah. Cost livings are very good, and not inappropriate, my bad, appropriate wage. Like you are not
Right.
pretty much like, oh my God, I should count 3 or 4 times every single penny because I will be on the street. Not like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's the
Not
stuff.
living from week to week.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
from week to week. Yeah. And do you know what is crazy? So many people don't believe that, because many people believe, nah, I don't believe that. It is like mind control or something like that. But it is not mind controlling, but there is no hatred. People are not envy or let's say jealous or something like that, because for them nobody is like, how can I say it, in Europe. I've got old Volkswagen, for example, and somebody 3 or 4 blocks away, and I'm living in three rooms flat, and 3-4 blocks away he got huge mansion and Mercedes. No, they are not thinking that way, because everyone can eat, can have good life, and period. And that's fine. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's pretty much everything you need. Because for me, that need, that greed for money, it is pretty much like not cancer in your head like in the brain. No. But cancer in your mind. Am I right, Jessica? It is
Yeah,
cancer.
you're not supposed to love anything other than other humanity, and you're supposed to see money as a tool to be able to live and to flourish and to have abundance. But abundance isn't money; it's having happiness. It's
Yeah,
having
yeah.
plenty of the food and the basic needs are already met, and probably more than that. You'll have more than that. That's the way it's supposed to be.
And do you
That's the
know
way
what
it
is
was
funny?
intended to
Do you
be.
know what is funny, Jessica? That funny is that they've got how can I say this? Yeah, they are web pages, but pretty much like parties, like single parties. When they are singles and they are trying to make families. It's so funny. No,
Oh
I'm
yes, they're like partnered,
yeah,
so in a way.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
there's different there's TV shows or a series or different sci-fi shows that show these type of scenarios where they kind of like it's almost like they're dating, or they date and then they get points or whatever if they look compatible, and then they can
But
come back.
give me a
I have to
second,
remember
but
what that
that's the
is.
stuff. And that's the problem. I mean, from my point of view, for people here, it sounds absolutely impossible, because they are, I don't want to say they, I mean all of them, but so many people here, they are sick in their mind. And that's the reason why so many people don't understand their way of thinking. My idea, my way. Sorry, Corporal X, you want to say something so for so long. Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, so many interesting things, and just to get back to the children and all of that, it consciousness. It feels like to me that they're daunting us and flaunting at our faces how crazy and evil they are. I mean, I don't see no other explanations why it is getting so intense and so obvious. What's going on with the Bidens and different governments, and the levels of corruptions within the law enforcement agencies and child protective services and all of that. I mean, it's like a well-known secret, right? But when we try to address it and speak about it among regular population, everybody gets triggered and on their high horses try to defend the corrupted, crazy system. So it's just like we're stuck in that mind control loop, and it's always coming back to that: the mind control, the mind control, the mind control.
Yeah.
But if society and humans have their basic needs met and they live in peace, well, now we're off the fight flight mode, right? And we can engage creativity and connectiveness with one another, because now it's like everybody is suspicious of their neighbor, while we have like the crazies flaunting their child trafficking and their drug habits and their satanic rituals with no retaliation from anybody. And the people that are getting retaliations are the ones that are exposing them and showing and trying to explain to regular people what is really going on. Trying to explain to them that they are completely under mind control, and unless they accept that fact and start realizing it, they'll be mind controlled like have no idea, you know?
Yeah, you are right, Corbex. You are right, Corporax. You are very right. Yeah, because, for example, I will tell you this. I don't want to say story because story can be made up, but you know, the case what happened. U.S. is a huge country, you know, it's 330 millions. But my country, where I came from, it's small country, 5.5 millions of people, and shooting and stabbing, shooting with guns and stabbing with knives. It's not a big deal in the U.S., but in my country, it is a very big deal. And it happened in like last 2 months, like 5 or 6 times. Young people, like, and even the girls, I mean teenage girls, and they asked, and it was family, friends and families, and what was the motivation to do to commit the crimes? And do you know what they said? Do you know what they said? Because they want to feel the feeling. And I'm like, what in the world is that? Do you know what I mean? To feel the feeling, to live through the feeling, to stab somebody with the knife, and to shoot from the gun. I'm like, what in the world is that? I mean, even any motivation, yeah, the jealousy, and with love triangle and money and all kind of those craps. I mean, the standard motivation, two most common ones, but just to feel. Do you know what I mean? It's so crazy. And young people, they were like 3 of them were in puberty, you know, teenagers, and 5 or 6 of them, something like that, they went to universities, and I was like, what does it mean? Do you know what I mean? Which kind of motivation it is?
That's deep mind control. I mean, when you can convince human beings that are right off the bat and from instinct empathic to one another, to convince them to have the feeling of what it is to stab someone or take someone else's life, or have them under mind control to the point that they're gonna mutilate themselves and cut off their genitals because now they believe there's like 25 genders, and when they go see the doctors, they have to choose between male and female. I mean, that's how deep and nefarious the mind control on population is, and this is why it has to be exposed and stop somehow. And
I need to correct you. Corp X. Not only 25 genders. If you go to British Facebook, they've got 70 genders. Oh my God.
70?
Yeah, 70 genders. My God. Sorry. I mean, this is desperate love. I mean, there is male and female and nothing else. Period. I mean,
if you look at the data, it's like almost half of the people coming out of the educational system in Canada, US, and Western society are illiterate. They're like competent. They call them competent illiterate. So I mean, they can write their name and read basic.
That's deliberate.
On a label, but they cannot comprehend a book or a complicated concept or write complicated concept. It's like really basic. They're like competent illiterate.
Yeah, I understand you, Corpex. Yep, you are right. You get it.
So they go to school to learn how to read and write, and they don't know that, but they come out of school with a brand new gender, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or they know all the sex acts and all sorts of stuff at that age, because my idea is it's almost like the Great Reset that they wanted to do, like they've done in the past, where everyone was orphaned around the early 1900s. There's all those orphans, and just teach them how to,
or let's say late 18th century. 19th century. Yeah.
And they were what are they taught? They're taught to be prostitutes, because that was a big pedophile reset, so why teach them anything? Why educate them when they can keep them dumb and use them? And that's what they think of us. That's all they think of humanity. And if we don't care enough, it will happen again, and the adults will not be there to protect them. And that's the opposite of what we want to see. We want to see them all pulled out of their hands. They don't have any business touching anyone else's children, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah, since for all these years that I've been involved in this, I do know what the antidote is to this, and it is illumination. It's for the world to be illuminated, to know the truth. Illumination is the Gnostic religion, and the essence is that any soul can become God and connect with their higher self and attain that divine connection once again, because that's what they've cut from us, is that divine connection. So illumination is what can enlighten people out of the mind control, out of the loop. Like that's what I have found through finding the Gnostic religion of illumination. And I've had this in past lives too, obviously been persecuted in past lives for this belief. But here I am again, once again, practicing illumination and passing it on to the world, so that we can get out of the mind control, because this is the way.
Well, we were talking about yesterday, the group of us got together because Peter, was on the mission and or is doing some other things, and we were talking about how everyone was connected to the Templars in our group without realizing it. Everyone having a recall or memory of being in the Templars. What do you say about that, Peter?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so many people don't believe or don't want to get that, like, Templars are not here and there. But what do you think? Templars are, or let's say they were, in the like 13th century. What do you think? Like that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because
then,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Well, we were mentioning how John wore his helmet, and Anthony's been talking about it for a while. I believe I've heard Corporal X mention something about it as well, and Taino. So
I
yeah,
just
I mean,
past lives of
Olaf.
being a Templar. The whole premise of the Templars is to guide people to the Holy Land. That was to protect people to get to heaven. And that's what we're here doing again, because we want to get our people, humanity, up to the next level, up to heaven. So
Right.
that's what we're doing again, is we're helping people get there.
Raise the
like
dimension. Raise them out of this lower dimension. But
Yeah.
but we're here though, helping the others come up.
That's what I see as being a modern day Templar. Is the ones in the past, they did actually protect people to get to the Holy Land, but now we're doing that in a different way by raising their consciousness.
Yeah, you are very.
What is Anthony saying about illumination? I'm a man of action, and I truly believe in the here and now and in instantaneous manifestation. And you even saying it in your own sentence, but illumination can be instantaneous once we realize how sacred we are, and honor that sacredness, and honor everything as sacred. That's the door that opens up illumination, and then from that threshold you just build up on your consciousness to get to the next levels. But illumination in itself, it's really, really simple. It's to recognize and to honor the divine within ourselves and for all creations.
Yeah, that's
Go ahead.
true, guys. That's true.
Go ahead, John.
Kind of reminds me of that that movie, the older movie Highlander. Remember the Gathering, where these people with the superpowers, but some of them are bad, seems like, it's kind of interesting. Kind of reminds me of that, how we're talking, how it's the Gathering, everybody's kind of drawn together, like it's the same way at work, all of a sudden I'll start talking to somebody, or they'll overhear me talking to somebody else about, this, not the ACIO, but, different things, going on in the world, and the fake news and different stuff like that. And then they'll come over and kind of get to talking, like they want to get in the group, because they understand a little bit what we're talking about. Of course, you got the negative people, of course, that don't believe in any of that stuff, and they just smirk and kind of laugh, like I was saying yesterday. But I think for the most part, the like-minded people are kind of getting drawn together. It almost seems like, and there's still a lot of people that aren't on the same page, that's for sure. But I think there's more people questioning things now, And then another thing I had was that mission that you were talking about, Peter, that we were on. Was that a recent mission? Is that what you were talking about, where we saved the children?
Yeah, it was the most recent mission. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, because we were talking yesterday, and there's some strange stuff that happened to me, over the holiday and stuff like that, that's just seemed abnormal, like maybe attacked or something for some reason, just different things. Like yesterday at work was kind of weird too, these same people, that are negative all the time. They always got to say something to you, and I just kind of brush them off. They're always trying to dig at you, trying to get you riled up. And we were talking about a high value target or whatever that Anthony was talking about, that are always around us, They move into your neighborhoods and stuff like that, and then they just surround us, they're always watching us and stuff. We were talking about that yesterday. And I just kind of was thinking about that yesterday, with these people that are always nipping at your heels or something, always trying to get a reaction, always trying to be negative or whatever. And, I'm more aware of it now because Anthony and the people, that were talking yesterday on here, about how they, you're a target, and I remember you saying that working at, that I'm like under the microscope, and I'm starting to think, yeah, I think so, just my surroundings all the time, it makes a lot of sense. I'm more aware of it now, kind of looking around my surroundings and seeing these people that are really not your friends or they don't have your best interest. Let's put it that way, That's really all I had. And I'll have to
I've had memories of doing that Highlander thing in the astral. I've done that plenty of times for years. And people individuals like the butcher that Peter was mentioning earlier, where you go into battle in the astral with these beings that are here to cause harm or block humanity in some way, and so you have a standoff and they show up, kind of like that Eli Resoff situation that I had, where they and I just found out that he's in Boston right now, which that's exactly
sorry for interrupting you, Jessica, but be very, very, careful about Resoff. He's dangerous. I mean, very dangerous.
I know he is, and he was when he was talking to me, his eyes were almost closed, and he was just like, the way he was moving, his whole body was moving in a way like I just triggered him just by looking at me. But when I got up out of that seat, I noticed that there was a guy there with dark hair. Do you know who that guy was with dark hair that was seated there? Or is that my what do you call it?
Not it was his clone.
No, the one that I came out of the seat. So was I in that body? Was I?
Oh yeah, that was your second
sleeve.
part. Yep.
Yeah.
I had one more thing I was going to ask Peter, but like I was talking yesterday, it seemed like, it was like Thanksgiving or the day after, and I had some friends, in town and everything, and we were out back. We had a little bonfire kind of thing going or something, and then they kind of went inside, and all of a sudden I kind of just went off like I was arguing with somebody, out there, and I just was thinking, maybe I was getting threatened, or my family was getting threatened, because I usually don't get like that. We were drinking, but there was nobody around, and my wife's like, man, I don't know who you were yelling at or whatever, but it was just an odd thing that happened, and I was just thinking maybe I was getting threatened or something,
by
one of these individuals.
The same time that I went through it.
It was like around that time.
And you've never done that before, but you're stepping into that awareness that there's somebody else there that's coming through.
It's like getting triggered, like when the Mobius thing, when the guy's driving down the road, right? It kind of like that, just set me off, and I don't remember what I was saying because I guess I was so angry or whatever, I just didn't. But I just felt like it was a threat or something. I was getting threatened or something.
Oh yeah, definitely you was. Yeah.
So that's the only way I would get angry really like that, Like they're like, well, we thought maybe you're yelling at the neighbors because the beekeeper and everything else around me, but they weren't out there. There was nobody out there, so I wasn't, but I was really yelling. I was really, really irritated. So that's the only thing I can think of is, I was getting attacked or threatened or something like that, or my family was, or whatever. Kind of what I thought. That's all I had.
Yeah, okay.
So Peter, this was a very important mission that you just did.
Yeah, it was, believe me, it was.
Or I guess we were all involved in some way or another. But you more directly, is there anything else that you want to say before we end our conversation?
I think from my point of view, it's fine. from my point of view is fine. And for this show, that's it pretty much. Thank you.
Did you want hold
thank
on
you.
a second, Peter? Corporal X want to say one last word, or
Well, I was
Did
just
you want-
going to say, get ready, guys, because there's going to be much more missions involving children.
Oh yeah, you are very right. I can see it in my bones.
yeah?
Well, that's
Okay.
good. Yeah, I'm glad to have everybody on the team. You know that I'm welcomed into the team and everything. And at least I'm doing something, because I've always liked children. I never had any children. It's just kind of interesting, you know, what I'm learning. Every day there's more learning. But
Well,
you know,
both the
there
good
must
and bad
be a
knows what
purpose.
you're doing. The good and the bad both know what you're doing. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
the good ones know what you're doing, but so do Mobius and the other corporations. But thank you for being here, John. Thank you for being here, Anthony, Corporal X, and Taino, who could only be with us a little while, or Tyson. And did I leave anyone out? I think
And
that
I
was
just
it.
want to say thank you to Jessica for giving me another opportunity to be here in your channel, and I'm looking forward for next time. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thanks for
Peter.
inviting
And
me. And nice talking with everybody. Have a blessed day.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
It's
everyone.
always an honor to be on the show. And, every time we do it, always learn more, and things always are progressing. So that's always good.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye bye.
It's an honor and privilege to working with you guys, and thank you, Jessica, for allowing this space so we can expose and also recall and remind ourselves and others. Very important work. Thank you.
Bye bye.
You're welcome.
Let's-
So before I go, I wanted to remind everyone that this is a continuation of the 88-year mission that we began talking about in the past few shows. I also want to remind everyone that we are still in a continued threat regarding the ICBMs and some other intentions to harm humanity. So with that said, I want to tell you, give a special thanks to Unit 374, to Kruger, to Peter the Insider for taking many risks, as well as many of our team, but also to you, our supporters, and those who are creating a collective consciousness of the highest intention for humanity. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your intentions. And in any way that you could support us, it is valued and appreciated. But we know that you've taken this journey with us, and we would be grateful that you would continue on, because we need as much help as we can to make sure that everyone's safe, secure, and protected always. Have a good day, everyone, and stay strong.
You have been watching Disclosures. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Visit www.acio-official.org and www.readingsbyarael.com to book a private session with Jessica. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you, and until next time.